Hello everyone, Daniel Kerr here. It's pretty noisy in here. It's going to be got a lot of stuff going on in the background. So I had so much fun doing the sequencing of the PSR-41 with my ES2. I thought it was really amazing. It turned out way better than I thought it was gonna. I don't know what I expected, but it turned out great. So I decided to try some multi-timbral sequencing, right? So I grabbed my Yamaha TG-55 from my studio, and I basically built a track in Ableton Live because it sucks to write in the ES2 without a keyboard. I don't know what I would do, how I would go about it. I could do it, but I made a track in Ableton Live. And then I plugged I hooked Ableton up to the ES2 via MIDI and transferred over the patterns. And then I built basically a multi-play patch with 7 different voices. I did it on the first 7 MIDI channels on the ES2, and so I built 7 synth patches. Just chose from the presets of the TG-55. And I decided to call it something ES2 Sequence 1 or something like that. And then I basically, on the 8th channel of the ES2, I routed all the I routed the audio from the TG-55 via the headphone out into the back of the ES2 into the incoming. And then on channel 8, I did audio in stereo so I could use the filters and the effects. And it turned out pretty good. This is how it sounded right here. Okay, so that was awesome. And then I decided to take it one step further. For one thing, routing all of the audio into just that one input was difficult. I wish that Korg would allow me to design the next Electribe incarnation, because I would have multiple outputs and multiple inputs, actually. And just being able to being forced to put all 7 channels through the same effects and filter and you know, the bass through delays and things like that, it just didn't really work that great. So I pulled out my mixer and I put multiple channels into the mixer from the 4 outputs on the TG-55, and then I decided to send DIN sync from the ES2 into my Sequential Circuits SixTrak, and I routed the SixTrak into the audio input on the ES2 so that I could use the filters, which I don't really care for the filter on the Sequential Circuits SixTrak at all. And it's mono. It's only mono out. This is one of the first polysynths with MIDI, and it does have MIDI, but only notes, and you can't separate channels. So I just used the DIN sync and the onboard sequencer slash arpeggiator. And because it's a polysynth, I can play along with it as well in a different voice. It's actually multitimbral, which is astounding to me considering the age and the primitive nature of the instrument. But I routed that into the ES2 so I can use the filter and effects, and it sounds amazing. And here's what that sounds like.